Right-wing political streamer who is now cooter mogging is creating a new meta with coochie podcasting. I guess I need to start forehead mogging because it seems like I'm already forehead maxing. Let's get off into this.
The Mamdani administration is emboldening us so that we no longer tolerate the violence of evictions as a matter of business as usual. My landlord owns dozens of buildings, but he is not a steward of the public trust.
Why do people expect to live in other people's homes for free? It's a mindset that I just don't understand. I don't get this concept. I was taught that you live in...
I'm gonna keep it at that. Wow, she looks like an electrician. Shots fired! She looked like a whole man. And her take is, I mean, it's based, but I feel like she's a pander bear. She's just pandering to the types of guys that she wants to subscribe to her OF. It's like you're playing both sides of it, right? You're doing the liberal side, like, yeah, sexual freedom. And in this marketplace right now, in the economy that we live in, it's so expensive. And people are so pro sex worker, but not pro sex customer. You ever notice that? And then if you tell a woman, go sell your body, it's demeaning. But if another woman tells another woman, hey, go sell your body, they get celebrated. The hypocrisy, it makes no sense.
So liberal is short for liberate yourself from logic. So the first thing you need to do is liberate yourself from any logical thought possible. That's why there's a lot of women that are normally liberal, because they do not use logic. They naturally gravitate towards being a liberal because the main thing that you desire as a liberal is you want other people to do the work and you want the benefits.
Good Lord. You mean like exactly what you're doing?
Gotcha, bitch.
You want other people to do the work?
I had a DM from a black guy the other day saying, oh, well, why do you listen to black people's music if you hate black people so much? Are you serious? They can't even form a full thought. They go straight to one little feeling and they get angry. A victim card. That's exactly what it was, a victim card. Like, I never said ever that I hate black people. That's absurd. I have literally made a video explaining how people don't hate you based on the color of your skin, but they will judge you and dislike you for how you act, portray yourself in public, your work ethic, etc. So you're sagging your pants, like someone's gonna look at you a little funky. It's just the way.
Okay, all right. The self-awareness has left the chat. People sagging their pants. What about you coochie mogging here? We got a coochie podcast. People are going to judge you based off that. Are you this stupid?
Stupid. It is, because it's not normal. Like, you have your pants sagging to your knees. No one wants to see that. And your little ghetto voice. Like, it doesn't...
You have your toes out and your coochie out, and you look like a plumber.
Shots fired!
It doesn't sound like English. Speak English, act normal, and people will not judge you. That's just how it is. And of course, there's some black people that are wonderful. Ones who are upstanding citizens, treat others with respect, speak normally. Like,
I have to say though, marketing, this is what it is. This is the landscape we live in now. You can LARP being conservative and sell your body, and it works. This is marketing. There's going to be tons of guys that go and buy her OnlyFans because she's just LARPing the mess out of this. Because who knows if she actually believes it. But she's bridging the two gaps, right? She's bridging the conservative guy gap and then the guys that want to buy this type of content. And if you're going to market to a certain crowd, it's probably better to market towards conservative men because they probably have jobs. The liberal men want to live off the government and dye their hair all crazy colors and get septum rings. Whereas, with this chick, she's probably marketing to men that actually have disposable income. So, it's actually a pretty good play. I'm not going to lie. Game is game. And also game is game. If you want to play games, you can. You can scan this QR code. You can click on the link in the description. You can get $10 on me. It's super simple. Free Cash is an app where basically you can play a bunch of different mobile games. Average time to earn your first cash was 17 minutes. And then average withdrawal sent yesterday was $25. I'm getting you halfway there by just giving you $10. All you got to do is scan that. Click the link in the description. It's super simple. I'm trying to become the #1 guy on the Free Cash app, and I told them my audience is the best. So you guys actually convert. So I'm trying to show them, even if you don't play the games, just download the app. It's super simple. All right, let's get back off into this. What else she got?
Today we're learning about lesbians. Can you say lesbian? Good job. Here are two lesbians. Miss Chrissy is a cisgender woman. Miss Annie is a transgender woman.
turn that shit the fuck off. This is a full-blown predator. Period. Nothing that you say or do can change that. This is clearly a video being catered to children, too, because no adult talks to another adult this way. So, predator. Jail. Electric.
I mean, I would agree that person is a predator.
I hate men. I'm a misandrist.
Why are men so horrible right now?
Men are misogynistic. Men want women dead. It's disgusting.
Ain't nobody said that. In the history of how many videos we've watched, how many times have you seen a man come on there and go, I'm a misogynist? You don't really see it. You don't really see it. Now, within the incel culture, yeah, I do believe, we see a lot of women openly say they hate men.
I hate men. Dudes are just, oh my god, look at that!
Oh my god, I hate all men, but look at these lesbians. Like, how can you hate men? Men have given her everything that she has. Her phone, her
Also, men have given you everything that you have.
Gotcha, bitch.
house, everything that she's wearing. Here's the thing. A woman is simultaneously a victim and empowered until something happens, and then she chooses which state benefits her most. And on top of that, imagine how fast she would run into a man if anything, like, popped off. If anything was happening.
I mean, I will say these talking points are 5 years old, and she's just now started this podcast, but this chick's probably going to blow up, though.
Nothing makes me happier than the tens of thousands of messages I've been getting of people thanking me for doing what I'm doing. Like, who would have thought it was so rare, though? Like, I'm glad I can be...
It's not. It's not rare. It's just in different packaging. There's a lot of people like, there's me, Benny Johnson, Osmond Gold, Anton Daniels. We preach a lot of these same based philosophies. We just don't show our cooter.
A voice for my generation because clearly...
You're not a voice for the generation. Maybe a queef for the generation. You're not the voice of a generation. Do not give yourself that much credit.
A lot of my generation is lost, more than I thought. I guess they're just...
Actually, I disagree with that point. When I was at VidCon, I met with quite a few kids that were Gen Z, and most of them were very based, and most of them were very conservative, super logical, didn't like social media. A lot of them, I think maybe the small percentage like you that look like a plumber with a big nose, maybe people like you were obsessed with the internet and things like that, but a lot of the Gen Z kids I met were more conservative, more Christian, and more logical than I thought I would ever meet.
Bunch of soft little bitches, but I'm here to save the world, so not worry about them. I'm basically Superwoman.
Okay, good Lord, man, this is bad. Coochie maxing, cooter mogging. I don't even know what's going on, bro. Where are we at?
When
right
you
now,
guys
bro?
see the American flag, what comes to mind? Is it good stuff or
Slavery. Slavery, poverty. Nothing happy. Nothing at all. Every time I see the American flag, I just want to burn it.
Wants to burn it. I mean, this video is hilarious. It stands for slavery, yet they're walking around free in this country, half naked, wearing a rainbow flag, holding an alcoholic drink like fucking retards.
It sounds like she doesn't really believe these things, but she knows that if she says them, she's going to garner some type of audience.
It's always white people need to stop being racist. It's never minorities need to be more likable. If white people don't like you, it's usually not for no reason, actually. It's not because of the color of your skin. And if you come to white countries, it is not white people's responsibility to accept you the way you are. That's brainwashing. It's your responsibility to be acceptable to how white people are. Like if I come into your house and you say take off your shoes and I drag muddy footprints into your kitchen because I didn't listen to you, that would be an issue. We give minorities and foreigners the most cultural and political identity space in our own countries than we do our own selves.
Well, we give everybody that in this country. That's the beauty of America.
Have you ever wondered why Islam seems to side with the leftist agenda? I'll tell you. They will use democracy to install Muslim mayors in your city. They will use democracy to install Muslim judge in your court. They will use democracy to install Muslim council members. They will use democracy to install Muslim politicians. They will use democracy to install a Muslim prime minister. And after everything is done, they will use that to uninstall democracy. And it's spot on.
I feel like she's LARPing. I feel like this can't be serious.
Who wants Sharia law? All the Muslims say, me. Okay, well, who wants to go live in Iraq? Not me. Who hates America? All the Muslims put their hands up. Okay, who wants to live in America? Me. Okay, so you left your Muslim country under Sharia law to move to a Christian nation only to want to bring Muslim rulership and Sharia law back into the country, only to want to bring laws that destroyed your country into America. For some reason, these people...
Yeah, Sharia law is terrible.
Here, I'm going to give you a rundown of the Democratic Party. Lost the Civil War, founded the KKK, created cancel culture, censored free speech, normalized mental illness, created a trans cult, put radicals in Congress, opened borders, they stole an election, they demonized...
I feel like somebody's writing this for her, and she's just reading it off. It you know what I mean? It seems too polished. From a guy who can speak from experience here of having your own show, sometimes you're going to say things that you're going to stumble over, but all these clips seem very carefully curated, and she's like listing things off. I don't buy it, dude. I'm really thinking this is a holy LARP here. I really do.
Just ask, what's the difference between me wearing this and what a nun wears?
Well, it probably has something to do with the fact that nuns don't unexpectedly explode. They don't go boom.
Oh my God. Yeah, this has got to be a LARP.
Why is everybody always offended by everything?
That clip's way too quiet. What do we got next? I just found out about, like, some people are covering this chick. What are some of her street interviews? What do we have?
What do you search on the hub?
So this is how she got herself started.
Interracial.
So us?
Yeah. You prefer
Me? Huh? That's so funny.
Dude, I'm gonna keep it a buck. She's beat. Like, without her showing her cooter, I don't really think she would have been able to make it.
Obese people should not have opinions.
Obese people should not have opinions. It's like she went on to ChatGPT and just typed in, what are the most conservative, right-leaning arguments I can make, and how can I divide people? I've also said this, when you're building a brand, the best way to build a brand is to come up with a common enemy. This is a fantastic way to do it. And what does Osmond Gold have to say? I'll get back off into this.
Here, I'm going to give you a rundown of the Democratic Party. Lost the Civil War, founded the KKK, created cancel culture, censored free speech, normalized mental illness, created a trans cult, put radicals in Congress, opened borders, they stole an election, they demonized law enforcement, they encouraged violence, they tried to assassinate Trump, they laughed when Charlie Kirk died, they promote communism, they hate American culture, they hate you if you disagree with them. Shit, do I need to keep going?
I don't even know.
Here, I'm gonna give you
I mean, a lot of the points are on point, but it feels so LARPy. It doesn't feel genuine.
Nobody takes Laura Loomer seriously. She's a nobody. Like, she's literally the only person in Donald Trump's circle that even Trump thought was so crazy that she didn't deserve a government job. And so he said, let it go. So I let it go. And like the very next day, she just moved on to somebody else.
It was probably me. I got attacked by her 2 weeks ago for being, I don't know what I posted, something, and for being a Muslim, something about me. I'm not Muslim. I was born Christian Orthodox, but it's about me being a Muslim something. I can't remember what it's about. I completely forgot now. I'm sure related to Iran. But the reason I brought up Laura Loomer is the interview with Zelensky, and the reason I brought it up with you is, just you're muted again, is the part of a bigger question. It started with, how many of these influences in general do you think are paid off, are compromised in one way or another? That's the question I wanted to ask you.
See, that's what I'm saying, dude. It seems like there's an agenda with this. All the talking points are there. She's come up out of nowhere. It seems like a LARP. It seems like I think it is a LARP numero uno, but number two, it's just marketing. She's just marketing it in a right way where people will want to see it.
You know what? I actually think it's a lot. I didn't even give this any thought until about a year ago. And there's an investigative journalist whom I respect a great deal. And she said, listen, I've had people independently tell me, and she named 4 podcasters, that these 4 podcasters are taking, for example, CIA money. And I said, really? I said, boy, that would be pretty explosive. Are you going to go public with it? And she said, no, because I can't find anything to confirm it. And they're 4, kind of household names.
Well, and you got to think, if you want to red pill a bunch of young incels, which most incels, I would have put one in the chat if you agree. I think most incels are probably more right-leaning anyway, more conservative. But this is a great way to get men to want to go right, is by having a girl show off her body in Coochie Mog and Cooter Max and try to speak some conservative right-leaning ideologies. This is a great way to do it.
She's under the impression take CIA money. Well, if podcasters had taken CIA money, you can bet your bottom dollar they're taking Israeli money, Russian money, maybe even Chinese money, who knows, depending on what the issue is. I could see it. And, Laura Loomer, it's funny, when she was attacking me, some guy, God bless him, total stranger, he opened a new X account just to make this one tweet, and then he canceled it. He went to Grok, and he said, Grok, which country benefits the most from what John Kiriakou says? And then he put it that I'm a whistleblower and torture program. It says the United States, and it explains why. And then he said the same words. What country most benefits from Laura Loomer's statements? And then it says Israel, and it has a whole thing of her support for Israel. And then he posted it and he canceled the account. So I was like, whoever it was, thank you for defending me like that.
You should have. Did it go viral, that post?
Geez, I don't even know. God.
Should have tweeted it.
There aren't enough hours in the day for me to check these things. But
because the big problem with these OnlyFans girls is it drives men away from relationships. It makes them think that these synthetic, artificial relationships online with these women that just want you to goon is something that's actually real. When in reality, it's so far away from the truth. These women don't care about you. They just want your money. That's all it is. And it's truly sad because we see a lot of men fall prey to this. And I think this is a huge problem, is that a lot of men fall prey to this thinking that these synthetic fake relationships are actually real and genuine. And they do think if they trade their resources for a little bit of her attention, that this is something that they can build a real relationship. And it's like, the problem is no, you can't. It will never be a real relationship. It'll never be anything other than her just trying to, it's essentially just extortion. She's trying to extort you for money. Because you got to think about it this way. If a woman can get you to buy her OnlyFans content, then she could probably extort you, especially if she knows maybe your real name, or you tell her something about yourself, maybe where you work. This could be something that's really bad. Let's get off into the comments of yesterday's video. This is everyone is starting to see what's happening in America, and it's making people angry. We deserve what we tolerate. Life is unaffordable and women still want more. That's true. On a related note, the real agenda behind Obama's Cash for Clunkers program was to remove older, reliable vehicles from the inventory and replace them with high-tech electronics so your average shade tree mechanic can no longer work on them. They don't want you to buy a house. They want you to rent from them. They own everything. What is it? You own nothing and you're happy? Ice trays are still a thing. Screw the ice maker. This started a long time ago when Bill Clinton signed the NAFTA Act, the Fair Housing Act, and expanded trade with China. No one is excited because life is unaffordable. There isn't a vehicle worth buying made after 2020. So glad I was able to get my house in 2002, and I'd never buy a new car. 4 years of fraudulent auto pen has consequences. Everything doubled during lockdown, but Ben & Jerry's jacked their prices before it happened like they knew. It's so true. Shout out to the guy that does the Arizona iced teas, because those are the same price. Feels like 40 to 50% inflation in just a few years. Price of buying a house went from $350 to $400K in 2018, $500 to $650 today, about 50 flock cameras within 25 miles. Chat, should I do a video on the flock cameras? Let me know. Put something in the comments if you want me to do a video about the flock cameras. They are gentrifying existence. The novel Dune warned us about the ironic dangers that hyper-safe societies create when they squelch our human drive to take risks and explore. Progress stalls and the human spirit wilts. A certain amount of healthy and unhealthy risk is necessary for human growth. Divine Redwood. Love your rhetoric there. We rent a 2-bedroom house in Toledo, Ohio for $1,200 a month. I drive for FedEx Ground, and my wife cooks at Texas Roadhouse. We get by, and I'm grateful for what we have, but things are definitely tight. Shout out to you, Matt. We got a bunch of replies on that one. Let's check it out. Just keep grinding, brother. Start searching for a cheap plot of land. Dang, I thought those kind of rents were basically extinct. A subscription for your keys for your apartment. My 1 bed in Orlando is $1,250. I want ice. I just go to Home Depot and parking lot and yell, oh my God. Why would you buy a refrigerator with Wi-Fi? America is circling the drain. Society is effed. New refrigerators are not worth a darn. I saw a psychiatrist a couple months ago who said humans aren't wired to adjust to the change that's happening at such a crazy rate today. As long as people pay, prices and services will continue for us to rise. Data center nodes control your home electricity and Wi-Fi. This is dystopian. Everyone on these platforms just regurgitating what everybody else does. Does nothing new. My wife and I pay $3,500 a month. We're both high earners, but the budget is gobbled up by the cost of living. Still driving a 2017 car with 180,000 miles because I can't afford a new vehicle. Oh my God. That's wild. That's what's also crazy to me, is that you can be a relatively high earner and still not be able to live a lush life. Because, dude, growing up for me, I had a buddy. His dad was an orthopedic surgeon. This guy did really, really well. He was probably making $300 to $400K a year. They lived in a baller crib. They all got to drive nice whips. Now, they weren't crazy whips, but they had nice whips. They had a boat. They had a home gym. They had a pool in the back. They had a tennis court. They had like almost 2 acres in a neighborhood. They did really well. And I'm making as much as this orthopedic surgeon was then. I'm making that now, a little bit more than that. I can't afford to have a pool. I can't afford to have a tennis court. I darn sure can't afford to have a boat and multiple cars. I have one car and a small house because I do want to save most of my money. That's another big thing for me. But now, as you know, I have a family now, we need a bigger home. And I'm looking at some of these homes, and for like a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, it was $800,000. $800,000. My mortgage would be $8,000 a month. Are you kidding me? That's a third of what I make. It's insane to me. Even when I lived in Dallas, I lived in uptown Dallas. I had a 1-bedroom apartment, Chad. It was a 1-bedroom with a study. It was $2,200 a month. $2,200 a month. Absolutely insane to me. I don't understand it. But yeah, ain't that right, looks? Free?
What a good boy.
Wait. Free? Go to your place. Yeah, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Put flock cameras in the comments in the chat if you want me to do a video on that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was always good to have you guys out, man. Until next time, peace.